Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Sonic the Hedgehog, Amy's 30th anniversary. Now, as you know, this comic is meant to be the 30th anniversary from the introduction of Amy Rose. I know with Sonic the Hedgehog 3 they did tease her near the end, and judging from the concept art as well as from what Sonic the Hedgehog 4 is going to be, sort of implies there is going to be this future storyline arc. And I do hope when we do get Amy Rose having a speaking role, I want to see Mae Whitman or probably like Tara Strong for the voice of Amy Rose. It would fit perfectly. So the comic is meant to give the introduction of Metal and Amy in their own storyline. And it starts off with Amy introducing her animal friends about her cards and what they tell. And right away, she gets the first glimpse. A ghost with a scythe. And Amy panics knowing that something's going to happen. And right away, we see Metal. Crushes a cake, looks annoyed, and flies off. And Amy knows full well something might be going wrong and has to rely on her fortune cards. But we see how one brave Flicky decides to help Amy out. And right away, she kind of gets the first kind of card that gives the introduction of someone who has willpower and determination and thinks it's going to be Sonic. And right away, tries to kind of save who she thinks is Sonic, but turns out it's Fang. And we kind of see how Fang points out that because of a sort of butcher job, Dr. Eggman captured him and his teammates. And we see Amy saying, "So, Eggman is up to something. Well, in that case, would you want to team up?" "No, no thanks. I'm gonna get my boys back. Nobody takes nothing from me." But we kind of see how he walks off in a huff. And of course, we kind of see how Amy isn't too sure who the next person's going to be, and has to kind of figure out who it might be. We see how Metal analyzes that, yeah, Fang's lost, Amy's not captured, and right away is more furious now. And we see how Amy has to kind of cover her tracks. Right away, Metal does some investigating, realizes Amy's not around, and quickly leaves. The next one, obviously, to Tails, which is someone who's compassionate and supportive and thinks it's going to be Tails, but turns out it's actually Ray. And we see Amy saying, "I can't believe Eggman got you too. It was Metal Sonic. I think he's targeting all of us." And we see how he points out that Mighty tried to help him and had to quickly flee. But we even see how Amy decides to kind of help Ray out. And the next card is someone who's heroic and strength, which obviously they think it could obviously be Mighty or Knuckles. And right away, they head to Market Harbor Zone and decide to kind of help try and save the next person. Amy mainly gives the Flicky her hammer, and right away drops it and releases Burke. And Burke goes full on rage mode, and we see how Amy and Ray try to help as well, destroying the other badniks. And right away, Ray isn't too sure, but also Amy knows deep down Burke has a good heart, he's just with the wrong kind of people, and does show support in helping Amy out. And right away, they take one of the Eggman boats. Metal does some more investigating, analyzes that Amy's freed another person, and is more furious than before. And right away, we see how Burke, Amy, Ray make it to Eggman Island Zone. And they go guns blazing. And we kind of see how the next card has animal friendship, which is obviously so that everyone's going to be reunited. But we see how because of the island being more man-made, it's more made of metal, and Amy realizing that Eggman made this island by hand. And we see how Metal sees the destroyed Badniks, sees that Amy and the others are in the island, and is now more beyond furious. We see how Amy and the others take down the other Badniks, make their way, and realizes that all of their friends and all of the animals and that have been captured. And Metal goes busting right in, and this is where Metal is beyond furious now. So we kind of see how Burke holds off Metal to some extent, and of course, right away, Amy and Ray manage to try and save whoever they can. The first one being Sonic, the second one being Bean, who makes his own little house, as well as fleeing more of the animals and flickies. And right away, Fang gives his support and says, okay, it's time. Don't panic. Hey, Metal, Sonic. I freed Sonic and ruined all your plans. What are you going to do about it? And this is Metal now way more furious and tries to kind of go for Amy, but ends up getting captured in his own trap. And after this, we kind of show how Amy's being thanked and supported, and right away they cheer for Amy Rose saving the day, and right away we kind of see how Amy's seen as a actual hero. Later on, we see how Eggman returns back to his lair, and even sees to his shock and horror everyone's been freed, saying, "What's happened here? Metal Sonic, where are you? You had one job!" And I like how Metal just looks all cute and innocent here. And this is the story. So I think this one is pretty enjoyable, because I think obviously doing other spin-off Sonic stories makes sense, because you want to do something new and original away from Sonic and focus on something completely different. As, yeah, Imposter Syndrome is meant to be Surge and Kitsumi's storyline. Also, Scrapnik Island being a kind of more like Sonic and Tails adventure, but more horror-based. Also, Bad Guys being a more like Stop the Starline storyline with them teaming up with the lowest of the low. And I think there's a lot more you can definitely do with other Sonic characters than just Sonic. So I think this one definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, comic book reviewer here, signing out.